Up top and just that, it's DUTCHdinero you're representing for DUTCHdinero Top Slide TV. Please remember, share, like, subscribe. Tell a friend them about Yasso. Cause a Yasso, nice. Yes, my fam, me there. Right? Sorry. Yes, my fam, me there. And I am still working on my backyard garden. Yeah, man, I'm still working on my backyard garden, right? I have some fence problem around the back, so I tried fixing it up and putting things into place to make sure that everything is alright around there, you know what I mean? Yeah, I plant some bananas mainly around there. I plant a soursop tree as well. Yes, and I have a few trees in around there already in the backyard. Yeah. So, my fam, today's topic is the child that needs you most, right? But before we get into that, right? My last video was a 3-part video, right? And my last video was thoughts on giving part 3, right? So, in case you didn't catch this series, right, you can type DUTCHdinero Thoughts on Giving Part 1 or Thoughts on Giving Part 1 DUTCHdinero, and you will find that video much faster, and that video will lead you on to part 3, right? It's very interesting and it's informative as well, full of inspirations you will enjoy, so please to check it out, right? So as you know, today's topic is the child that needs you most, right? So my fam, a lot of us have children, right? A lot of us are children ourselves, right? And we wonder, we as children, right? The children wonder which one of us daddy love most or mommy love most. You know what I mean? It seems he love she most or she love him most. You know what I mean? But sometimes mommy and daddy want to deal with you like individually, right? You know that child A cannot tie his shoes lace, so mommy have to be teaching him how to tie his shoes lace. You know that child B don't write properly, right? So mommy have to be teaching child B how to write, use the pencil properly, right? Or how to spell. So everybody get their individual treatment because each person are made up different, you know what I mean? So we as parents, we know these things and we teach our children individually. We teach them things, even though sometimes what good for the geese is good for the gander, but some of our children like need special attention here and there, so we try to individual them and seek out each person's problem and try to help them with it, right? So it's not good to be jealous of your brother or your sister because you think mom or dad love that person more, right? Sometimes it's just the need that they need, and sometimes they themselves looking at you and jealous of the treatment you get because mommy or daddy is so kind and loving that everybody get their love, right? But you know are busy being jealous, right? When you should be grateful to see your brothers receiving good treatment like you receive, right? So my fam, today's topic is the child that needs you most. Let's get into it, right? Good parents try to love all their children equally, but it's the child who needs us most that becomes the special object of our love. Author and humorist Irma Bombeck once wrote, "Every mother has a favorite child. She cannot help it. She is only human. I have mine, the child for whom I feel special closeness, with whom I share a love that no one else could possibly understand. My favorite child was the one who was too sick to eat ice cream at his birthday party, who had measles at Christmas, who wore leg braces to bed because he told him, who had a fever in the middle of the night, the asthma attack, the child in my arms at the emergency ward. My favorite child is the one who messed up the piano rectical, misspelled committee in a spelling bee, ran the wrong way with the football, and had his bike stolen because he was careless. My favorite child was selfish, immature, bad-tempered, and self-centered. He was vulnerable, lonely, unsure of what he was doing in this world, and quite wonderful. All others have their favorite child. It is always the same one, the one who needs you at the moment, who needs you for whatever reason, to cling to shout at, to hurt, to hug, to flatter, to reverse telephone charges, to unload on, but mostly just to be there. Or as Jesus said about the prodigal son, when he was still a great way off, his father saw him and had compassion. Up top and just that, it's DUTCHdinero here representing for DUTCHdinero Top Slide TV. Please remember, share, like, subscribe, tell a friend them about Yasso, cause a Yasso nice. Yes, my fam, me there, chillax a build back a whole waka vibe. Yeah, and as you hear here, right, Irma Bombeck, right, a writer, wrote saying every mother has their favorite child, right? So every parent have their favorite child, the one who need you most, right? And of course that child will be other children, the other siblings will feel that child is loved most, and that child is cared for most, and that child is the favorite child. But in truth and in fact, not that child is the favorite child or that child is cared for most, but you teach all your children how to sit around the dinner table, right? And how to use knife and fork. But the one that is lagging behind, the one that need a special head class, that child would be getting more care because you would have to spend more time teaching that child what to do and how you want that child to be. Right, so it might seem they are getting more care and more love, but not necessarily more love and more care, just extra attention because you didn't get the result like you got from the others. Right, of course the others are loved, but you're not gonna teach them to do the same thing that they do correctly, right? But the one that's not doing it correctly, no, you have to pay special attention to that child. You know what I mean? Because when you think that you love one child more than the other, you will be coming to have problems, right? Because the other siblings will feel left out and will feel less love. You know what I mean? So you have to make it clear to them that no, I don't love anyone more than the other, but I discipline all of you accordingly, and I treat all of you accordingly, and I teach all of you accordingly, and show love to you all accordingly. Right? Of course, you have a child with asthma, and you're putting that child to bed. You want to put that child to bed with the proper clothing to help with the asthma, to help keep the asthma away. Right? And you won't put the child without asthma in that same format. Not that you're showing one more love, but you are dealing with one's needs, right? So the child that needs you most is the child that is most in need of you, right? Because they are in more needs that you have to tend to, right? So, my fam, my next topic will be peace in spite of the circumstances. Peace in spite of the circumstances. So you can go to your YouTube search and type peace in spite of the circumstances, DUTCHdinero, or DUTCHdinero, peace in spite of the circumstances. And you know, by adding DUTCHdinero at the beginning or at the end of each topic, you will find that video much easier, much faster, much quicker, without have to scrolling too much, right? So, my fam, as you know, we are here on the topic, the child that needs you most, right? So, hit me up in the comment box, my fam. Let me know what you think about this topic. What are your views? What are your experiences? And how do you go about letting your kids know that you love them all the same? And how do you go about handling it when mommy seems to show the other child more love than you, or daddy seems to show the other child more love than you, right? How do you feel when teacher pays more attention to that child more than you? How do you go about dealing with stuff like that? So, my dear, my fam, hit me up in the comment box up top.